year is 2026. My country is celebrating her 250th birthday, just over 500 years since the Western Hemisphere had begun to be thoroughly discovered and explored. New crops to farm, new wildlife to discover, new land to be mapped and conquered, new settlements to be documented, new interactions with new people to be recorded, new religious liberty to be experimented with, new governments to be crafted. Everything about the American supercontinent was the new world to the mainland. The old world, Spain, France, Great Britain, Portugal, were the main empires being expanded and cultivated here. The term global empire had been redefined forever, beyond the Afro-Eurasian supercontinent. The new world was organized chaos. Well, was? It still is. Now the New World harbors the global superpower, the United States. Power was constructed anew. For example, the concept of a constitution was unheard of. We are a constitutional democratic republic ourselves, but over 180 countries have a constitution today. Our country's founding and creation via her rebellious victory against the British Empire was the first step into historical uncharted territory. Today, the United States is an absolute mosh pit when it comes to power, culture, norms. Think of it, everyone wants in on the pinnacle of the new world. We are where it's at. All eyes on us all the time. Everybody's got something to say. Everyone's got opinions about us. This is my homeland. Your homeland. This place is different. And it's really starting to get weird. Anyone who's keyed in on the political world knows this. Domestically and internationally, legitimately, what is going on? The hell is going on here, dude? I mean, just this year, we've begun to lock down the American supercontinent displayed by our operation in Venezuela to counter BRICS nations' interests. Bombs are being chucked in the Middle East once again because, of course, death, taxes, war in the Middle East has been our motto for decades, my entire life. Everyone is crying World War III for like the billionth time, in which you've definitely been conditioned to expect a World War III, by the way. You know, Hollywood's got you thinking in trilogies. That's for another time, though. Mexico, a failed narco state and our unreliable geographical neighbor, was recently a chaotic mess because of one singular cartel kingpin got taken down. Not to mention the completely fake AI-created propaganda campaigns surrounding all three of those international affairs make it increasingly more difficult to tell what's real and what isn't. In the United States, Minnesota has turned into a literal meme with all of its recent tomfoolery involving disclosed foreigner fraud and mass protests that put Ohio from a couple years ago to shame. But hey, don't sleep on Ohio, though. We already see seeds getting planted in Ohio. Comeback is guaranteed there. There's been a realization that the Great Replacement is no longer theory. It never was. And of course, how could I forget the 3 million pages of Epstein files consisting of random anonymous tips, various emails, tons of names dropped in the phrase, this is my favorite, goyim in abundance. A lot of people have been waiting decades for that one. The conspiracy bros have just been jubilant since that drop. I mean, hey, the goyiming has arrived. Pandora's box has been opened. It can't be closed. All over, veils of hidden knowledge have been dropping. We see the tides turning away from the neoliberal, neoconservative era into something new. Even beyond the political world, it feels as if we are going through a spiritual awakening. All the while, a technological revolution is on the horizon. Everyone knows a new era is dawning, yet are unanimously fearful. Why? Well, just under half of the American population is optimistic in regards to the future of the United States. 46% of Americans experience a diagnosable mental illness in their lifetime. Consumerism has been maximized to a degree never seen before. We consume more than we produce. We exalt degeneracy and hedonism. It's easily identified within our media, whether it's music disturbing the airwaves, you know what I'm talking about, a movie or show that just straight up bastardizes ourselves. There's a hot one going on right now that you probably know about, or just some dumbass social media brigade. Like social media torching dopamine receptors. Spirits are literally being consumed by digital heroin. Our men have been misguided to a disgusting degree, prioritized by desire, or easily distracted, afraid, and weak-spined. Our women, even those with college degrees, look to degrade themselves into doing porn, disillusioned that if they exploit themselves, they can be financially stable. Holy fucking Weimar. Speaking of which, we see the S&P 500 dancing around price discovery while younger people are forced to choose between owning a home or having a family by the age of 35, because, you know, the average first-time homebuyer is 40. 40! Everyone recognizes an unpayable national debt and questions what will become of a solution, while precious metals and crypto just go rogue, I guess. 45% of American voters aren't affiliated with a political party. They are independents. Over half of Gen Z and Gen Y are among them. One party has been infiltrated by foreigners acting in revenge, while the other party is pussy-whipped by foreign lobbyists. You know the one. Both are in on that one, though, technically. Many of the populace are outspokenly sick of the bullshit, the sideshows, poorly thought out propaganda campaigns. Everyone cries false flag whenever anything happens. And we're just sick of being told we're to blame for, as individuals, for all the world's problems, while simultaneously being told they should have nothing to be proud of because we're just a bunch of spoiled, rotten little first world brats who were dropped here by the stork of luck. While we see foreigners exploiting us financially, like in Minnesota, spiritually, like in Texas, some of whom are frothing out the mouth, waiting for some sort of internal collapse. A notable some hold real no allegiance to this country. Not all, but a notable some. They don't care about our history. They get taught to hate us and are told they're justified in hating us by the same people holding open the door. Some of our politicians are quite literally openly blood and soil nationalists for foreign countries. The classically termed Star Wars judges releasing repeat offenders, knowing damn well that they're sending citizens to the slaughterhouse while doing so. We see people who deep in their heart hate this country and can't wait for Americans to suffer in some way, shape, or form. It's spiritual warfare, a cultural Cold War, and many feel helpless where they can only witness it. That helplessness leads to many lashing out, both online and in reality. Some aimlessly insult anonymous profiles operated by people with questionable intentions. Some whose intentions are to manipulate the American populace against their own interests, domestic and foreign. Others are consumed by the propaganda and rush out into the streets acting a fool, emotionally discharging. It's like a sport to them. You know, your Antifa, your No Kings, your anti-ICE protests. They feel as if they're like part of a resistance, yet don't realize they're doing exactly what their overlords want them to and pay for. Shout out the Soros Foundation. You know, the whole No Kings protest. Yeah, look who funds that. It feels as if many are just waiting for something historic to happen as we just mindlessly march toward an uncertain future. Thus, the fearfulness. Yet, it isn't that bad. It isn't all that bad. We aren't screwed yet. You know, whispers of optimism are coming around. They're infiltrating the airwaves, you know, specifically from younger people. I see some of us have finally begun to embrace the future. I see you out there. A noticeable chunk of the youth is looking for divinity and purpose, knowing it'd be much easier to submit. Not all of us, but a noticeable chunk. The information age has ushered in a renaissance in terms of ways of thinking, means of accessing knowledge, and ways of communication. The internet is an endless pool of data containing both pockets of profound wisdom and hidden knowledge that would take men entire lifetimes to uncover. While also the internet holds the nastiest poison that can destroy your spirit, life, and understanding of reality. Some people's understanding of reality have been absolutely nuked by the combination of globalized internet and AI. We generally have become desensitized as a generation. It's made us cruel, dull, autistic, yet are aware that we can obtain knowledge and wisdom faster than our elders and ancestors ever could. We've realized we've been lied to for a very long time as a people. This has led to a fiery spirit that dwells within the American youth, waiting to make its move. Because veils have dropped, remember? It's been realized that we've been emotionally manipulated as a people to hate ourselves. Some of us have realized it's okay to stand up for ourselves despite the decades of propaganda to tell us otherwise. Turns out that most of us simply love this country, won't let outsiders and interlopers tell us otherwise, and know damn well that taking our own side doesn't make us evil people. Can't forget this, never doom. I love never doom. It has become a mantra to many, and I'll be parroting it plenty. The idea of consuming black pills, but refusing them, falling into the darkest pits, yet escaping enlightened. This is a good example. Many of us saw Charlie Kirk literally die doing what he believed in. And I just refuse to assume that this is over. The battle has definitely been lost among the right wing. It just caused infighting. That war isn't over yet. Young America knows that was when the moderate died. When Charlie Kirk died, that is when the moderate died. And this, what I'm doing right now, is something I've wanted to do for years, but didn't commit from the fear of the unknown. And his death made me realize that I must make my own sacrifices and just go. That is what made me jump the shark. I see so many influencers too nowadays just shoving piss and shit onto the internet, many of whom have questionable intentions. I mean, there's literally thousands of them at this point. Thousands. It's all about the clicks to some, their egos eat them. They turn into attention whores, completely losing the plot, steering off course from their initial objectives. I know there's plenty of legit ones out there. I'm not calling out anybody in particular. I just wanted to throw it out there that there's a problem. Well, maybe I should say, what are my intentions? What makes me so special? I want to uplift the rising American spirit by ushering in and encouraging this new inevitable wave to contribute. A new nationalism, that's kind of where I'm putting it right now. Whatever our fiery spirit brings, it's happened before several times in our history, and it's going to happen again. Because guess what? We will experience history. From the Federalists to the Jackson Democrats to Teddy's progressivism to the current day neoconservatism and neoliberalism, we have always been warping. This isn't new. We've been told that it's been just Republicans and Democrats since 1865, but that just isn't the case. It's not that simple. The difference this time is that we've been established as a global empire. It's how we've been operating the last 75 years or so. Internationally, aggressive, assertive, dominant, while domestically ignoring reality and looming disasters. Point is, we're constantly warping, and be ready to embrace the future instead of hiding from it. Okay, hold on. I should probably introduce myself. My name is Jake Maaske. I'm from the beautiful state of Nebraska, and I am leaving behind the good life to go out into the world, find the nationalists of the future, and spread my messaging, because I'm arrogant enough to believe my thoughts and opinions hold value. Finding those who want to be here, finding those who are gratuitous to be here, finding those who wish to make sacrifices to carve the better future, those who want the year of 2050 to be an era of prosperity and not one of regret. I know you are out there. I also ask myself too, where has the plainsman been? Like, we just simply aren't out here at all. I just came to this simple conclusion that my state's slogan isn't just a slogan, it's reality. The good life. Life is indeed good there. Nebraska, all across the plains. Lower crime rates, it's more affordable than the coasts. Our communities are strong. The way of life is more easygoing and steady. You know, Nebraska in the short term, I would consider safe physically and culturally from the outside. So I moved somewhere that isn't. Specifically, Austin, Texas. And man, a lot of action here in Austin. It hadn't even been a month and there was some jihadist attack at a bar. Literally just this past weekend, we had some Hispanic kids just doing drive-by shootings everywhere. Whole city was on lockdown. It's freaking nuts, man. Oh yeah, that jihadist dude was a legal migrant, by the way, just in case you didn't know. But Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Ohio, even South Carolina play as the current political and cultural walls of future America. It was once California and New York, but that battle has been lost completely. They all fled here. So why take the risk? Why take the risk at all? Diving into the toxic sludge fest that is the political world in America is societal suicide. Not to mention the increase of like physical risk. and knowing what Texas could turn into, like, it legitimately makes me miss Nebraska. This ain't simple, no mo. We ain't in Kansas anymore. Like, no one wants to take such a risk where I'm from, man. Most cultural and societal issues we see in this country just aren't in place there like they are elsewhere. I would always like to call it the watchtower, an observation tower, just in the cornfields, big old tower, and we just get to like watch, see what the rest of the country's going through. Omaha's exempt, to be fair, because Omaha has its own problems. It's funny because all the MAGA boomers would call it Obamaha. It's Obamaha over there. Anyway, I just know for a fact that Nebraska won't always be how it is. If places like Texas lose their grip completely, I mean, I'm thinking too, just look at me, man. Come on. I literally physically resemble a Chudjack. I'm built for this. Chudjack leaves the basement 2026. How about the Chud ascends instead of falling into despair? Because that's what I want. I want us to ascend as a people. We are the children of the future. Think of it this way. Countless novels, films, paintings, various pieces of art have made countless predictions of today. We are here now. We get to choose how the future is carved. History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. If we understand our history, find ourselves as a nation, a people, and act wisely, we can write poetry. I get it. It might sound insanely optimistic, but optimism is imperative if the better future is to be carved. And no, I do not think such desires can be achieved by just myself. I'm still going to do what I can anyway. Knowing that, I'm going to have some fun along the way. There's much to celebrate and be acknowledged about this country in both its past and present. I want us to have fun. I want us to feel alive. I want us to persist via both engaging ideological conversations that press us forward and with laughter, celebration, and music. I would love to do music in the future. The white boy will make that music again. It keeps us sane as people overall, this whole celebratory stuff. I wear my heart on my sleeve, my dick is on the table, and my mind is locked in. I am real. In an age where we're going to get a bunch of fake AI content creators, fuck that, dude. I'm real. I give a damn. I want to do this wisely. Like, again, I've been lurking for a decade. It was about 2015, 2016 when I started to clock into politics. I know what this activity does to people. Lives get destroyed doing what I'm doing right now. But I'm still out here, trying to use my voice to help people understand what the hell is going on without losing our sanity. Emphasis on that, without losing our sanity. Try to make sense of our country's situations and how we can carve the better future. And of course, try to have fun with it. For right now, I'm looking for you future nationalists, whoever. The gentleman equality, the women with dignity, the fearless, the honorable, the compassionate. Hell, I'll even take the whimsical. You guys can come over here, all you whimsical folk. Those who just feel off in this political world. Maybe you don't have a political home. Maybe your party's pissing you off. If you just give a damn like I do, and want to do what you can, come here. Those who understand the consequences of failure, yet persist anyway. Those who refuse to just accept this narrative that this country is destined to crumble. That's why I'm here. Of course, in the coming weeks, I will expand more where I stand ideologically. Some of it should be obvious. Like, the left is gonna hate me. I expect death threats within a week. But there's much to discuss. I'm already kind of behind because the train is rolling right now in 2026. Makes me regret not doing this 5 years ago, but I probably would have crashed out in 2023, let's be honest. That being said, there's so much I can't wait to share with you. And honestly, there's a lot for me to learn as well, just in general. Quite the journey we'll be taking. But before I let you go, too, I want to remind you something. There is power in nobody. We as individuals cannot shape the future alone. We are all kings on the chessboard. As individuals, we have dignity and self-respect. Yet greatness can only be achieved once you're willing to be someone else's pawn, as they are willing to be a pawn to you. not as just simple utility, but as a benefactor. Nothing is greater in this world than men who work together to better each other. Add that mentality with persistence and determination, we can be unstoppable. I want to find the best way for us to transform as a nation, or at the very least, just be a part of it. Do what I can. Live in life, you know? There's a myriad of ideologies and beliefs pertaining to defining such a path. I myself think there's pieces of the puzzle everywhere. I want to find the missing one or ones. Like, that is the goal. And remember, I want to leave you off with this. Your ancestors are rooting for you. Your descendants are quite literally depending on you. And we're all going to die one day. That doesn't dismiss you from creating your own legacy. So let's be great.